Um, Apparently, Tom Holland is the lead in Kang Dynasty, and Spider-Man 4 will come out before Secret Wars. Now, the reason why I think this is 100% true and why I think this makes so much sense is because Secret Invasion, right? Let's go to, not even Secret Invasion, Secret Wars. With Secret Wars and Spider-Man, that's where we got the first, that's where the black symbiote suit first made its appearance, right? So I think personally, we'll be getting Tom Holland get his debut as, like, with the symbiote suit, black symbiote suit, in the entire Secret Wars run, right? Now, will we get a chance to see the returning characters like Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield for Secret Wars? It's definitely a possibility, just because of the whole thing of Secret Wars. Pretty much, you got all these different multiverses trying to fight for their own world, right? So, um, from the leaks that have been out there, they said that all these movies that are taking place after Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, right? All these movies that are going to be taking place afterwards are going to be happening on Battleworld. The whole thing with that, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of different sense. We get all these different movies happening on different parts of, like, the universe, well, multiverse technically. And I have a theory. I think Loki will be the one to end up forming the multiverse Avengers, if the multiverse Avengers haven't already, like, formed. But I think he will be the one to end up rounding up people, or at least alerting people. Like, we got now Scott Lang, right? Scott knows about Kang. I'm pretty sure he might tell some people, but he doesn't know that there's more variants of him, of Kang. Person that does know that and witness that is the only person is Loki. That's why I think it was very interesting how they made the second post credit scene um, for the Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania be a tie-in to Loki, which most likely it will. I think it'll be like a scene or opening scene from the Loki TV series for season 2. And I'll pull it up right now. I'm gonna have to, like, chop it in and out because of, like, YouTube blocking videos and stuff. I'm pretty sure you already know that. So the whole thing with Victor Timely, right? It's very cool. I think it was cool that they gave us a Victor Timely reveal, because how way, way, way back the whole Victor Timely thing goes. And I love how it says right here, Victor Timely and his astounding temporal marvels. That's just very, very, very weird. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know that um, Timely Timely Comics was, like, the original name of Marvel before it was Marvel Comics, so that was also a nod to that. But Victor Timely going back and starting this whole thing, what if, like, all of these people, like this version of Kang, right? What if he was the one that originally ended up starting the whole, like, TVA thing, like, and all these people were looking out were the first agents of the TVA? Could be, maybe not, but the fact that we know Mobius and Loki are there, I do think we'll see some type of explanation leading up to that. Like, whatever happens on, like, the beginning of Loki season 2 episode 1, it will probably, like, immediately tie straight into this, what we saw in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. 100%. I love how they started, for example, they started freaking Endgame, right? We got the Endgame when that version of Loki, which is the Loki we know now, the one that escaped. I love how they used that sequence from that movie to start the first episode. It was, like, one of the best, like, ways to start a show, in my opinion, personally. In my opinion. But I love how Mobius was like, man, you said this guy was scary, and, like, Loki just, like, shitting bricks, like, yo, this motherfucker here, like, what? Wow, freaking wow. Said, Lindsay said, I am hoping for Doctor Doom in Phase 6 or 5, maybe Fantastic Four, but Kang and Doom would be cool. That would be cool. A lot of people want to see that Kang and Doom, and Me personally, it's just like they can do the whole Secret Wars without Doom, but he was a big factor in it. So like, it'd be weird to not have Doom at all. But if they find a way to like get Fantastic Four, oh, I think Fantastic Four is coming out before Secret Wars. I think that would be like that best time to at least give us some type of post credit scene of Doom, something like that. It's just very interesting because we know we got Kang, right? And then we also know we got Galactus, which is another big level scale villain. You know, because somebody said that when He Who Remains shows his backstory in Loki, Mr. Timely's in it. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and check that out. I'm definitely have to go check that out because that I mean I wouldn't be surprised. Think about it, like Victor Timely has been here since the beginning of like everything. Like the connections go back. Like Tony Stark's dad most likely got influence from the whole thing with Victor Timely. If it wasn't Victor, yeah, most likely it was Victor Timely because he was all the way back then. And like what I forgot what year that was, 1800s, 1900s, some shit. So and then Mr. Gryphon too. I missed a Gryphon Easter egg with that one variant of Kang in the suit, and I talked about that in my breakdown. Mr. Gryphon with Marvel, that would be a very cool thing. If they like, that could have just been a little nod, but I mean that dude's pretty OP. And think about it, he was the one, Mr. Gryphon. I'll pull it up right now. Gryphon was the one, right? We gotta remember Gryphon in the comics. So that's why, like, I feel like this is all finally starting to get connected, right? Like, finally. Gryphon was the one that owned the Kang, which is QENG Enterprises, which we did see in the Loki show. So, with that being said, it's not too far of a reach to think that Mr. Gryphon was the one that bought that Kang Tower that we see in that just like the whole world just looked like it was demolished, ambushed, just dunzo, just dunzo. So I do think that was cool that we got that Mr. Gryphon reveal in the Ant-Man movie. No doubt, there was a lot of cool stuff though, if we're being honest. But then again, I could see how some people were like, this movie was I feel like more people only just talk about the movie because of Jonathan Majors Kang. You know, gotta be only because of Jonathan Majors Kang. But that little tidbit though of Secret Wars, Tom Holland being the lead in Kang Dynasty, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that because are we gonna have an Avengers team at that time? That's a very good question. I don't know.